Considering that Reze returned in the manga briefly during the Makima battle, does that imply Fujimoto could bring her back in one of the upcoming chapters? So I feel like it's definitely possible for Reze to come back in the near future because the way I look at it is like Makima had control of all of the hybrids during the final act of Chainsaw Man Part 1. That's when you saw Bushido take over. I would look at it like this, where it's like, okay, Makima's the user, get rid of the user. They should all be freed and they should be able to do their own thing. They should be able to, get their conscious back, all the memories prior. They should have all of that because we did see a lot of the people in part two of Chainsaw Man when it comes to the Katana Devil. We saw him make an appearance, and then we also saw Quan Si return as well. So I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we do see Reze make a return in the near future. If Reze were to return, how do you think her chemistry with Denji would progress, especially knowing that Denji has moved on to Aza? That's actually a very interesting question, Deathstroke fanboy, because it's actually something I wondered myself. Like outside of that video that I made talking about which girl is better suited for Denji, I feel like it'd be very interesting to see like how she would interact with him. Like maybe she would probably look at Denji in a new light, mainly because the Denji that she saw before is a lot different than the Denji that she sees now because this Denji has matured a lot more. He has a better head on his shoulders. That's why we had in the most recent chapters when it comes to, oh, is Denji going to work with Yoru? Is Denji going to work with Little D, also known as the Death Devil? Which route is he going to go down? And then he decides to go down his own route and actually create his own world. Also, just putting Denji to the side, like how would she interact with Aza? Would she become friends of Aza? Because, they both grew up pretty hard. And I'm almost starting to think as well, since Denji recently did this in the most recent chapters when it comes to creating his own world and going by, his own rules that he wants to follow when it comes to living a normal life. And he extended that to Aza because obviously, Aza is in a rough spot right now. So he wants to do the best that he possibly can to help her.